Hey, big brothers and big sisters of the Midlands. This is Officer Joe Nickerson with the Omaha Police Department. I'm also a big, so shout out to my little Eric. I hope you're watching this. I work in the public information office for the police department, so I work with the press, writing press releases, getting them reports, answering questions, doing interviews. So I usually wear a suit and tie to work, so that's how I'm dressed this way. But today, with COVID-19, activities are canceled. People can't get out and see each other. So to try to come up with something fun to do, we thought we'd take you on a virtual tour of one of our police precincts. So we're out here at the West Precinct out in Elkhorn. It's our newest precinct. So I'm going to take you through, show you some of the stuff and what goes on out here, and I hope you enjoy this tour.
Okay, big brothers, big sisters, like I said, I work in the public information office. That is my car that I get to drive for work. Pretty cool. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any crime tips. It's really windy outside, so we're going to start inside. This is the West Precinct, like I said, out in Elkhorn on Cumberland Drive. This will be the front lobby when currently our lobbies are closed due to COVID-19, not open to the public. But this is where you would enter if you were going to come to the public and check in there at the front desk to ask for help. Also, with COVID-19, one of the things we got going on at the West Precinct is this new call center. So this call center was set up just specifically for COVID-19 response. We're trying to limit our street officers to just go to emergency calls. So any non-emergency call is getting routed through this call center. You can see we're carefully doing social distancing with the desks spread apart and everyone's wearing masks. So we have both sworn officers and civilian staff from different areas of the department all working together here in this call center, taking police reports for folks and avoiding person-to-person contact. So that's what's going on here. Then we'll go back through our lobby here. Don't mind my fancy cinematography, just doing this on the iPhone. So now I'll go back behind the scenes. This is going to, of course, be our front desk. That's where you'd be when the precincts open back up. That's where reception will meet with you if you came to see the place. These are administrative offices back here. Some conference rooms. So this is where command officers, lieutenants, captains, and all those where their offices are, keep things running. We'll go through here. This is going to be the Sergeant's Bay. Here we have Sergeant Scott Temperley, hard at work. So this is where all the sergeants who supervise the officers on the street, where they get their work done. As you can see, they're all hard at work. There's only one here. Everyone else is out keeping things straight. That would be our gym in there, which of course, unfortunately, gyms all closed down due to COVID-19. This is going to be patrol operations. So in here is where officers will be working on reports. They have boxes here where if they get correspondence from the courts or from attorneys and things, they'll be left there for them in their assigned boxes. All reporting and stuff. Back of the precinct happens here in this room. Roll call room here. It's not roll call currently, obviously, so officers are already deployed out in the streets. But this is where officers would come to have a roll call, sit here with the sergeant. Obviously, in this environment, we're having to spread way out, so we're not violating social distance. But they meet here and talk about the events of the day, what went on the shift before them, and get ready for the day. Here we have a break room where officers can grab a snack and eat lunch if they get a break. Down this hallway is just some locker rooms and restrooms. Here we're going to go into the ERU, Emergency Response Unit, also known as SWAT units. So this is going to be the Emergency Response Offices. This is where they work on stuff. See here we got some cool gas masks set out, some emergency response equipment they've been working on, tuning up and fixed. Here's one of our robots. This is neat if you like robotics. So this little guy can be thrown into a house and safely navigate around a house with cameras to see what's going on. It's also pretty low profile, so it can even drive under vehicles. Antenna's flexible, so that's a pretty cool thing. good tool to help our officers stay safe when they're doing their job. So we'll go out here to the bay. This is the bay with equipment for the emergency response unit, the SWAT team. So like here we have the bomb response team. So there's equipment in that trailer for responding to bomb incidents. Here we have another piece of equipment for the bomb unit. So this big tank here, if they have an explosive package or something dangerous, they can put it into this safe container and then move it to another location to take care of it. These are just some emergency response vehicles. Here is Merve. Merve is short for Metro Emergency Response Vehicle. So Merve is what our SWAT team goes out in on call outs. If there's an emergency, it's armored up, it's bulletproof. So it gets our officers there safe. They can stage up and take care of the situation. It's got some portholes in it. There's a turret on top that opens up so they can put an officer up in the top, prepared to respond to any kind of emergency event. It's big and tough and secure and safe, so we can get our officers into dangerous places to try to help people out. We're all being careful here. You can see in my reflection, I've got my mask on since we're indoors with people. And then just another SWAT vehicle, emergency response unit, get our officers to and from places safely. Here is a command bus. This is one of the older command buses. So we have a couple of these. We have a newer one as well. So this is a big vehicle with inside our, we'll see if we can, it's gonna be kind of dark in here. See what we can see. So there's, back in the back is office spaces, computers, TVs, different command centers, radio bays, things like that. So we have another one that's a newer vehicle that's very essential. So major incidents, you'll see these parked out at College World Series or big events. If there's a long-term SWAT call out, we're gonna be there a while, this would be the vehicle we use. You can see up there, there's a camera system that mounts up. It's got antennas and capability to tie into the internet and with special radios and things. So it's basically like a giant RV, like a big motorhome, but it's full of computers and equipment and radios and office space. So pretty neat there. And again, all this stuff is housed at our West Precinct. So traffic unit as well. So we're gonna navigate back around, back through our SWAT bay. Past Merve again. Past the bomb unit. Lots of technical equipment and things in here. All right, we're gonna head towards the traffic bay. There's Officer Chris Gates, one of our bomb technicians. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
All right, and down the hallway, we're gonna head to our traffic bay. The traffic unit is also housed out here at the West Precinct. You can see they're all out working, busy, helping the community, so there's no one in the traffic offices. But we'll go down here to the bay. So this is the traffic unit's bay for their motor units. So all the motorcycles for the motorcycle officers are based out here. So they have all their equipment, their little lockers with their motorcycles. So these are pretty fun and exciting if you see these down the road. Most of our motorcycle officers are typically traffic unit officers, and they'll work traffic enforcement in nice weather. And then of course you'll see them at parades and special events out and about which we'll get back to doing after this COVID-19 thing. We get through this, we'll be back at it. So that's kind of what we have there. Okay, here are some of our cruisers. We're using 2 different cruisers right now. This is the Chevy Caprice. It's a smaller vehicle, very fast engines, but not quite as big. And we've also moved to these Ford Interceptor SUVs. These are our primary patrol vehicles. They've got a lot more room for equipment and things of that nature, so they're kind of nice. Got the siren, the push bar. These are all set up pretty much the same. You have your radio and sirens and lights unit, a mobile computer, so they can write their reports from the car. So after they've handled a call and talked to someone, they can type up their reports right there.
DJs in service and engine exposed equipment. Okay, pretty clear.
Sorry. I'll get all the way around here. More room back here. There's a 3rd passenger seat. Then you have the prisoner compartment on that side, which we'll show you a little closer view of that, what that's like. Again, like I said, these are a lot roomier. You can get a lot of stuff in here. So this vehicle is used by 2 officers at a time, what's called a Baker unit. So you can see they have all the gear in there. Their rifles for emergencies and their bags with gear. So it's nice to have these larger SUVs for that purposes. This would be the prisoner compartment. So we've got this nice seat belt so we can keep our prisoners safe. Nice hard plastic, it's easy to clean off for messes, and it's secure. They can't get to the officers or anywhere else when they're in that secure compartment. There's bars in the windows. Just keeps them nice and safe and secure on the way to jail. So those are our police cruisers we're currently using. And yeah, as you can see, we're being careful too. Wash your hands, steps and social distancing. This is an equipment room where officers get equipment. So each day, here's banks of radios. Those are sitting on chargers. So all those radios are rechargeable batteries, and they're recharging. You can see all these spots that are gone. Those are the day shift officers who are out at work right now, so they grab their radios at the beginning of their shift. Those are transmitters for the car cameras. All the cars have cameras in them, and so you wear that transmitter and it works like a microphone. We carry shotguns in their vehicles, so when an officer comes in, he'll grab his radio, a transmitter if he needs it, unless he has a body camera, and a shotgun, and put all that equipment in his vehicle to prepare for the shift, his or her vehicle, or shotguns. And then here's the tasers, all available to be checked out. So officers can check out a taser if they're certified on the taser and carry that with them on duty. We have more equipment here, cameras, digital cameras, Alcos. These are breathalyzers. Pop one up real quick. So this little machine will show you how to put a tube on there and have the person blow into it. It tells you how high their blood alcohol content is. So those are useful tools. Here we have a bank of body cameras. So all these are body cameras. These are specific to specific officers. At the end of the day, they take their body camera off their uniform, they stick it into one of these slots, and it recharges the battery as well as uploads all the video on the camera through the data link into our server so that it's all saved. And those are the body cameras. So that's equipment room. Over here is more equipment. Pepper ball guns, which are like paintball guns, but they shoot little pellets with pepper powder that makes you cough and sneeze. So that's basically out of the equipment room. Okay, here we have one of our patrol officers. As you see, he's being careful, wearing a mask, and he's gonna walk you through real quick the equipment that they wear when they're working on the street.
All right, this is my dominant side, my right hand. So here I carry my duty weapon, a Glock 40 caliber handgun. Here I have a tourniquet for use on me or anyone else if they need it. Here I have 2 extra magazines for my handgun. On my non-dominant side, this is a ring. I carry a wooden baton. This is a ring to carry my baton or a flashlight. This is my radio, so I can keep in constant communication with of the department. It's a flashlight, which we use a lot frequently when searching cars or buildings. And this is a body camera to record all contacts I have with anyone in the public. I think that's it.
Okay, this has been our virtual tour with the Omaha Police Department. I'm alone in my car now, so I'm going to take my mask off. No one else around to risk infection. Thank you guys for joining us on this tour. I hope it was kind of interesting for you. You got to see some interesting stuff. These are interesting days we're living in with COVID-19. Sorry we can't get together and do activities, but this won't last forever. So keep up the good work. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, practice social distancing, and we will get through this and be better for it on the other side. So stay safe, and thanks for coming with us today.